Welcome back, friends. Today we are going to make a lemon drop. Lemon drop is another one of these neo martinis. Martinis in name only. It's not a martini, right? It's served in a martini glass. It has that popularity of those 90s, 80s, and 90s martinis. It was actually first developed in San Francisco by a bartender, and it was basically supposed to emulate the flavor of a lemon candy. This recipe in particular does. I feel that lemon drops are hit or miss when you order them out. I've had my fair share of lemon drops that are not lemon candy. They're just lemon and vodka. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that some recipes call for plain vodka instead of citron vodka, so it just doesn't have enough lemon in it. But I feel that, this recipe that I pulled, as far as I could tell, this is the original recipe from that San Francisco bartender from the 70s. But like I said, this is, I feel this does encapsulate that candy flavor that you get from a lemon drop from eating a piece of lemon candy. Ingredients, we have our Citron Vodka. I'm using Veil. We have orange liqueur. We could use triple sec as well. I'm using Dralad's orange liqueur. I've said it before. I like the complexity that you get from using a orange liqueur instead of triple sec. I feel it gives it just a little bit more depth. Lemon juice, and then we're also using rich syrup. Now, rich syrup is a variant of simple syrup. Simple syrup is a 1-to-1 ratio of sugar to water. Rich syrup is also known as double syrup. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. Obviously, it gives it more sweetness. In some cases, the 2-to-1 ratio is also going to add to a thickness or like a viscous, or I guess a viscosity, I should say, for the cocktail. For example, if you're making creme de vie. Creme de vie calls for double syrup. It's going to give it that thick, I hate using the term rich to describe rich syrup, but it does give it that velvety flavor, or that velvety feel that's much thicker than most things you drink. Here, it's only going to be basically a fourth of our ingredients, so it's going to get diluted down. You're not going to feel it any more viscous than a regular cocktail. It's just going to be sweeter. Other thing I'm going to talk about with simple syrup, rich syrup, any one of these syrups, is you can go out and you can buy it, right? You can pay $7 for what will cost you whatever, the pennies that it takes to get 2 or 3 tablespoons of sugar from your pantry. It takes nothing. It takes 2 seconds to literally just dilute it. You can dilute it in the microwave. You don't even have to boil it if you don't want to. It's just, like I said, it's a simple 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 ratio. If you want to add flavors to it, if you want to add anything else, you can add a little piece of lemon peel to it. Actually, you should add, if you're going to keep your syrup for extended period of time, you should put a piece of lemon peel so that it doesn't crystallize, or at least it'll slow down the crystallization. It will give it a touch of citrus flavor, obviously, but it doesn't matter for this cocktail because obviously we're making a lemon cocktail. But like I said, that's something that you want to think about if you're going to make your own. If you don't want to make it, don't make it. Like I said, you can get it at Publix, you can get it at your grocery store, at the liquor store. They have all sorts of simple syrups. I do like the squeeze bottles, but at the same time, you're getting a lot of junk that you don't need. They're putting shelf stabilizers and different anti-crystallization ingredients in there that, like I said, here it's just sugar and water, and it's easy. So it takes 2 seconds. I say make it, but that's me. I like having control over things. Other item I want to talk about today, and it's one of these where it's like, it's no reason to get crazy, especially for a home bartender, for somebody who's doing this at home, is the rim. So a lemon drop is one of these cocktails, just like a margarita, that's going to have a rim. Usually we'll do a sugar rim, obviously. You don't want to do a salt rim on a lemon drop. That would be weird. But you don't need to buy a rimmer, right? The rimmers they sell them online. They sell them at the liquor store. At Publix, I've seen rimmers. I'm actually going to see if I can splice in a picture of rimmers. If I can, you'll see it here. If not, maybe I'll attach it as a link or something. But it's basically just a dish that has sugar in it or has salt in it. And at the end of the day, you don't need that. You can just use a regular plate. I have here a little, I guess, like a dipping plate. And literally I just have regular sugar in there, table sugar, caster sugar, and it's ready to go. And all you got to do is wet the rim of your glass. I use a wedge of lime to do that. I mean, you can lick it if you want, it's your drink, but I wouldn't do that for your friends. For your friends, use your wedge of lemon or lime to get the rim of the glass wet, and then you just kind of roll it in the sugar, and it will give you that rimming that you need. You can buy maybe one time one of these rimming sets. They have like plastic containers, and then just fill it yourself if you would prefer the I guess glass shaped plate, so you don't have to use a plate. But again, it's one of these where it's like it's an unnecessary accessory, especially if you're not doing it. If you're making margaritas every day, that's your cocktail, that's what you need. Maybe, maybe that's you. You guys do what's right for you. I'm never going to tell you. Like I said, I may judge you, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell you not to do something if you feel it's the right thing for you to do. All right, so let's go ahead and build the cocktail. All right, we're going to start off like we always do with chilling the glass. All right, we're going to set this over here to chill. Then I'm going to build it into the shaker. Just like all of the Neo Martinis that we've been making so far, these are drinks that you are not going to build in a mixing glass. You're going to build them in a shaker. I use the Boston shaker because I like the Boston shaker, but again, you can use whatever shaker makes you happy. All right, so like I said before, I'm using Veil Citron Vodka. I'm going to be 4 parts of the Veil. One of my neighbor's dog is barking, so if you guys hear that, sorry. Not quite a bark, more of a howl. All right, 4 ounces. We're going to do a 1/2 ounce of the orange liqueur. We're going to do 1 ounce of the rich syrup. And then 1.5 ounces of your lemon juice. All right. As always, I'm going to go ahead and shake this up. This is the part that always scares me, that I'm going to not close this properly and make a mess, but that'll be for your enjoyment, not mine. So a quick shake, 15 to 30 seconds. You'll notice immediately the glass starts to frost up. Look how foamy that gets. The foam will dissipate almost immediately, but that's okay. All right, so lost my glass. Sorry, guys. All right, so before we pour this, we're going to go ahead and grab our lemon wedge. I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of, I like to do like a 1/2 or 1/4, because that way you have part where you have sugar and part that you don't have. It makes it easy if you want to grab it. And then just literally going to grab our sugar and just roll. All right, and there you go. You see, you got that nice thick rim. Pour pour this out. Okay. And last but not least, we got to grab our peel. Let's see if today the peel cooperates. Last time it did. I'm excited. All right. I'm getting some peel. Got a decent piece of peel there. All right, let's see if we can get it expressed. Didn't express, but that's fine. All right, guys, this is the lemon drop. One of my favorites. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, that is perfect. It's cold. It's refreshing. It's just sweet enough. But at the same time, you're still tasting the lemon. You're still got the sourness, but it's not overly. It's not going to give you that, sour like what you feel right here in the jowls. You got the sugar rim. It gives it your extra sweetness. It gives it texture so it crunches. Oh, that's really good. All right, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the Neo Martinis. We're almost done. We have French Martini coming up, the Porn Star Martini, Espresso Martini, and then we are done with our Neo Martinis. Still working out in my head what's next. Probably we're going to switch gears to the old fashions, right? So old fashioned gin, old fashioned Vioccar, Sazerac, those types of cocktails. I've had a few people asking me for more whiskey cocktails, so we'll be excited about those. But in the meantime, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and finish this off camera like I always do. Guys, like and subscribe. If you're enjoying the comment, please comment down below. Excuse me. If you're liking the content, please comment down below. If you're enjoying this, if you have any preferences, if you don't like any of these cocktails, let me know. And maybe we'll try a different variation of it. Find something you do like. The whole point of this is to make you guys more comfortable and, have you guys out there exploring cocktails and just finding what you like. So anyways, guys, like I said, I'm going to finish this off camera. Have a great night and cheers.